Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is David Pinto. They also call me TipsWithDav. And in today's video, we are going to be looking at automations and workflows within System.io. So I hope this tutorial helps you. Let's hop onto my computer and share with you some more. All right, guys, here I am on my screen. And first and foremost, I want to welcome you to the channel. This channel is all about tips with relation to any skill sets. And in this moment, I'm talking about affiliate marketing. It's just something that I'm very passionate about and I'm doing on the side as well. So I want to make sure that you understand the logic behind it. So System.io is the tool that I use. It is the only marketing tool that I actually use at the moment. I don't use anything else. And it is the foundation of everything that I built. So I have my course built here, which is basically a lead magnet that I have built within System.io itself. I have my email sequence. I have automations, everything basically that you need to have a side hustle and with specifically affiliate products, other people's products, you can do with System.io. If you're a course creator, you can use System.io. Whatever it is, I believe that you are looking to in the sphere of marketing and website building and everything else. Even if you're a blogger, you can use System.io. So that being said, today we are going to specifically talk about automations in terms of rules and workflows. These are two things that System.io has in place for you. Now, the way I function with my affiliate marketing journey, guys, is what you see on screen right now, which is specifically step number 2. Forget about step 1 for a second, because the step 1 that I follow, the strategy that I follow, is specifically related to a cash flow. So that's generating me a cash flow. I focus on paid advertising, but if you're doing something like, free advertising or promoting other people's software, other people's affiliate offers, which you can find on networks like Warrior Plus or ClickBank. These are two networks that I recommend. Obviously, people, you can check them out. Digistore24 is another one, and there are multiple out there. Other than that, you can also be an affiliate marketer using private companies' affiliate products and services. Now, there are many options available to you out there. It's really your decision on which direction you want to go, and the skill sets that are clicked or involved with marketing in general are advertising, so knowing how to get people to view your offer or service or somebody else's offer or service. That's the first thing. And the second thing is specifically copywriting itself. Copywriting helps with your conversions. A lot of people don't talk about this. I will be heavily going into it in the future, but right now what I want to focus on is showing you how to automate these two things together. So when I build a funnel in place, whether it is for a new series, I'll give you maybe 2 examples. Okay, so the first example that I will give you is the traditional style, which you can see on screen right now. Basically, you advertise, whether it's free advertising using social media platforms or other sources like that. Going to a landing page collects an email address or collects a name and opt-in, and then obviously you are marketing via email to this person. But in the sales process, they go to the next page, which is either what you are delivering. Always think about the offer to the customer, right? So what are you delivering? You should be delivering immediately by email and explaining to them what they're going to be getting via email, or if they're getting it on the next page, delivering it on the next page itself. So I personally have a bridge page in between, because the third part goes to an offer that I own, and on the email they get to deliver the same thing. So the deliverability for me is on the bridge page and on the email. These are the two things. Okay, so that's the whole sale process. Maybe they purchase something, maybe they don't, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, this is the entire sales process that exists, and the emails help me with automating the whole sequence. So I have multiple flows or multiple automations that are there. Depending on what you do within my funnel, you go in a specific direction, because I don't want to spam you. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, I'm pretty sure that you're coming to this video, most probably you already have an affiliate offer and you're interested in System.io. So System.io is a very simple tool, guys, as you guys can see right here. I will just say, pricing wise, there is an option to have it free. However, with the free option, and let me maybe go to pricing of System.io so that you guys can see, with the free option, you have only one workflow and one automation that you can put into place. Okay, so I mean, that's more than enough to start off with. So why not have one automation and one workflow in place? However, I think that if you get started with automations, you should always keep it simple. And over time, as you generate a suite of products, or as I call it, the portfolio of products or services that you have to offer, value that you actually have to give. If you're starting as an affiliate marketer, maybe you don't need that many automations, but in the long term, you definitely do. So evolve over time. So you don't need to jump into going to a paid plan. You can have it as a free plan, but if you are at least at a beginner level and wanting to improve rather quickly, I would say a paid plan is important. Now, these links to a paid plan is in the description of this video, just saying in case you do want to join System.io. If you're not, that's absolutely fine as well. But this is anyways a tutorial on System.io. So that being said, let's go to automation rules. So as you guys can see, there are rules right here and there are workflows. Now, what's the difference between the two? Let's start off with a workflow. A workflow guys, basically is a way that you can manage your affiliate or your customer journey. So each time a customer comes or an email opt-in comes through your whole sales process, they go through this workflow. So I would say the workflow is a combination of email and sales process. It is a sales process, but it has a combination of videos, of emails, of courses, and that's a whole sales flow. So it can be very complicated if you are not taking care of it. Okay, so this is very important. And honestly, to fix a sales flow, a workflow sometimes is super complicated because it really depends on how a business is structured that goes through this whole process. So I just have a one made right here. I haven't used it at all. I just created it. So that is a workflow. Okay. And then you have automation rules. These are specific actions that have a decision. Let me tell you this. Workflow is your sales process. So it's a process. Here it is action, decision, action, decision, action, decision. So a trigger and then an action, a trigger and then an action. It's pretty much one way or one directional. Okay. That's just how it is. I wanted to share with you. Now, that being said, obviously, I actually have 3 automation rules that I put here because I preferred to have it as a rule, but I could have technically done something similar to this even in a workflow. But let me show you the switch behind it. Before you do any of this, what I highly suggest is to go to contacts and then go to tags right here. So contacts, sorry, just give me a second, contacts and tags, and create a tag. Why do you need to create a tag? Because it will be, you'll see the purpose right now when you're doing the whole setup and whole flow. But let's say you have a 2-step funnel like this and you want to create a simple this is a 2-step funnel, a landing page, a thank you page. That's it, what I shared right here, landing page, thank you page. Let's say you are creating an automation and a workflow for this. Okay, so the automations are pretty, as I said, they're pretty simple to create. Here you would say somebody needs to subscribe and they subscribe to your email campaign and then a tag is added. That's the only automation you need in a funnel like this. You don't need anything else. However, within a workflow, there are a few things that you can do. So let's say you go to affiliate marketing workflow. This is just me creating. And as you can see, I need to create my first trigger. So this is like a map, guys. It's a road map that you're creating for your customer. So what happens? The customer, first, you have to create a trigger. In this case, I want to be selecting funnel subscribed because it is the 2-step funnel and then I want them to subscribe to that, right? So that's what they're getting. Now, what happens right here? From the this is the trigger. So as you guys can see right here, it says create a trigger. So this is the trigger from the 2-step funnel. Or so you can create 2 triggers. Can you see this? You can create, if let's say the workflow can combine 2 things. Let's say a 2-step free funnel, or somebody comes to my give me a second right here, funnel from start, yeah, create. Okay, funnel step not chosen. Okay, I need to specifically choose which step they are on. So this should be landing page. Yeah, so it's starting from the landing page of that specific funnel that I've chosen, right? And then it goes to an action, a decision, or a delay. So here we're going to action, decision, or delay. So let's say you want to perform an action from this specific thing. So what you wanted to do when they subscribe, first and foremost, you want them to subscribe to a campaign. Let's say they subscribe to this AME follow-up. I'm just showing you how it exists, right? So this is how what they subscribe. So what happens is first that, and also I want another action. I want to apply a tag. Let me just show you if you can add 2 actions. Okay, apply a tag and let's say AME goes. Okay, so now what happens is 2 things. This goes to the trigger, goes to this funnel page, subscribe to funnel page. You apply a tag and you subscribe to a campaign. Now what? Okay, a decision needs to be made, right? So the action is performed and now a decision needs to be made. It goes to the follow-up campaign. Let's say the action is at a certain day. So click on an email or send a specific, sorry, this is not an action. I need after this a decision to be made. So what happens is that create a decision when they get added to the campaign. Contact tagged within or without, and then you can add a condition and you can add another condition and so on and so forth. But let's say that you create a decision for them. Okay, contact tag with AME, create. So what happens right here? Once they subscribe, in fact, I don't need this. I'm going to delete it. Sorry. Once they subscribe to the campaign, what happens? Person is tagged with AME follow-up. Okay, so this goes to, let me just check this again. Subscribe to campaign, right? Landing page, subscribe to landing page, subscribe to campaign. Perfect. Person is tagged with AME course. Yes, that's correct. Let's go ahead. Now, yes, if this person is tagged with AMA course, what happens then? You can either create another campaign action to say now with their, if they're even enrolled to a course, or if you want to send a webhook, or if you want to send a specific email, or if you want to send a course bundle. So you can start to create different workflow. Now, just to have your idea in place, this is always a yes no decision. Now, I'm telling you this very frankly, I personally have not created workflows just because I don't need it at the moment. I honestly don't need it. And even if I do need it, I need to spend at least a day building it out and having the whole process, because I want the customer's journey in place. Remember, when I activate this workflow, it will activate for any other leads that I bring to the platform itself. So it's very important that you understand what you're doing and thinking about the customer. Do not create the workflow just because you want to automate everything, guys. You create a mess if you just want to automate everything. I would suggest, if you do want to automate on a basic level, just use the rules. Use a workflow only when you understand what your customer's end journey is and what are they going to go through within the whole process. Let's say they opt in for one email campaign, but they finish a certain email and they click on that link. Then you may, instead of having them opt into another one, another list, another campaign itself, you can direct them to a specific sales page. You can direct them to another journey because they've shown a little bit of interest because they clicked on that email. You can also talk to them about something else, right? So that you have to think of the customer in mind, what is most beneficial for them. Hopefully this makes sense. But those are the two things related to automation. It's pretty simple with System.io. Like I said, I haven't used automations just because it doesn't make sense for me personally, but it's really up to you. I think you can have a funnel in place, guys. I have an entire course, and just to show you guys a little bit of a snippet with my entire course that I launched, and you guys can see this also. I launched in kind of December, if I'm not mistaken, and I made $114 in sales. I have 1,288 leads at the moment. My funnel is doing well. My sales are doing well. I'm making commissions and so on and so forth, because it's not complicated. Okay, it's simple. It's not complicated. And I can make it even more simpler as we go on with time. So only add workflows if it's really necessary. I would only add a workflow if you have multiple products. Let's say you have a portfolio of products and you need to share it with different people. Then I would add a product, a workflow specifically on that. Otherwise, stick with automation rules. That's just my suggestion to you. But hopefully you got it clear. Automation rules, as I mentioned, is just a trigger and an action. So they subscribe to a campaign, they get added a tag. This, and each time the person goes through those automations, each person has to go through that flow. Hopefully that is simple enough to understand. Again, if you have any questions related to System.io, just comment below, let me know. I make these videos on Wednesdays because I'm excited, honestly, to share this with you as I learn and tell you that I'm doing it or not doing it. But don't be afraid to try. Take that step of implementing it. And if you want to learn more about workflows and how to use it, in System.io, there is a student dashboard itself, which you can get access to. And you will get access to this training right here, which is basically let me show you, a certification training. And when you go through this certification training, there is a whole section right here. There are 29 lessons, and there's a whole section on automations itself, which will talk to you about automation rules and workflows both, and show you examples how to use it with multiple scenarios in your head. That's it from me, guys. If you like that video, hit that subscribe button, that bell notification, and if you're watching on email list, happy to have you on my email list as well. See you guys in the next one, and on Friday I will be sharing with you more about my affiliate marketing results. See you.